Hey everyone, it's Abby and welcome back to the channel. For today, we're going to be talking about my 2024 travel journal setup. Spoiler alert, it's very small and compact, but I'll talk more about that later. Before we start the video, I have two things to tell you. First, if you're new here, hi, I'm Abby. I'm an artist and author, and I create content about journaling, and I share ideas and inspiration on how you can document your life better. So if you haven't watched any of my videos, usually I do share my travel journal setup, my journal setup, how I document my life through the pages of the written word in analog form, basically. I also share tidbits of my life as an artist and author in Berlin. I've also written a book. My latest book was about travel journaling, and in case you don't know and you'd like to check it out, it's called The Art of the Travel Journal, and it has so many ideas and inspiration on how you can get started with travel journaling, as I've been doing it for quite a long time. Inside, you'll also find some of the different notebooks and also ephemera and also just general ideas on how you can get started when it comes to documenting your trips and exploring new places. Apart from that, this month on Patreon, I have my Happy Mail out, and I want to show you what it looks like. So this month on Patreon, the theme is like letters and love because it's February, and this month I wanted to make a little special homage to where I currently live. It's in Berlin, in Germany. So I made this zine. It's called Liebes Berlin, and it just chronicles a bit about my life here as an artist. And it's been 2 years since I moved to Berlin. Originally, I came from the Philippines, so I thought to create this little zine to kind of chronicle that moment. I also have some Deutsch basics at the back. I do hope you check out my Patreon. It's the best way you can support my channel, and also you'll be getting this zine physically in the mail this February to early March, including a sticker as well. This is a vinyl sticker. It's very, mail related. So these two will be this month's Patreon rewards. I also will link more information down below. And with that, keep watching to know more about what I'll be using for travel journaling this year. So usually when I do my travel journal setups, I use the regular size traveler's notebook, but this year I wanted to switch it up and try using more of the passport size, which is what you're seeing here. I know this is basically the opposite of what I told you in my 2024 planners and journals lineup, but I decided on a whim after a trip to New York a few weeks ago that I think the passport size can actually do the job, and in this case it really did. So I kind of want to experiment on that, especially this year for my upcoming trips. So this is a traveler's notebook, passport size, in brown. It's from the permanent collection. It's simple, I recently customized it and I quite enjoyed the little details that come with it. So I have a little my charm here over on the upper left, like the spine area. There's always like a slot here, and I like having a little charm to have it, to easily distinguish which one is mine. I also have this brass charm from Traveler's Factory Kyoto that my good friend Kay gave me. It has some elements of Kyoto, and what I like about it is the more you use it, the more it has like character and it darkens a bit. So I'm looking forward to see that as I keep traveling. And then I have this patch that I stuck over on the bottom right of the front cover. This is well, loosely translated, as far as I know, it means life is a journey. This is 生活, which is life. And this one I forgot how it sounds. 旅行. 旅行 is a journey, like travel. So this was given to me by VA, and I thought it'd be nice to like put it here, and like it works so well with the contrast of the brown cover itself. So let's have a look at the inside setup. So inside I have this PVC pocket adhesive. Anytime I have like random cards or photos or things, I just put them here. This one is my weekly log of trips, so it's undated, and what I like about it is I get to summarize the trip in a very short form way. So I just stick on the dates, and then I write about my trip, and usually I refer back to this if I'm doing a bigger, like a more specific journal spread. And as you can see, it's probably like more than halfway now. I'll probably finish in the summer because I started this in July 2023 in Italy, when I went to Italy here. And then eventually, you know, I had New York and then SF. So I just use this as a log to kind of document the days as they come, especially when I'm too busy logging things in a trip. This one is a work in progress. I bring it not often, but I bring it when I need to. This is like a dump of stuff. So actually half of this was for Japan, where I planned and wrote down some notes. Initially, I also logged the expenses, especially for like, I needed to know how much the Shinkansen cost, the general things I needed to do when I arrived, which was a lot actually. I also drew my outfits. That's kind of how I plan my trips. Admittedly, it was very tough during the winter because it was all bulky, but I needed this to kind of refer back to what I wanted to bring, what I needed to wear, and whether or not my capsule wardrobe would work out. So I'll show you the New York one. It's also similar. I actually did more of an elimination process, like which ones do I have to bring, because I was gonna carry a smaller suitcase. And this is like peak nerdy, but actually I label the clothing items by letter or number, and then I have like a cheat code here. So that cheat code allows me to decide which clothing items I should bring and shouldn't bring. So if it doesn't have enough outfits to sustain me throughout the trip, then I just don't bring them. So you'll see that's why there are like some X marks here. But yeah, I didn't end up vlogging that much more afterwards. So usually in that case, I just continue to whenever I'm going to bring this to the next trip. And I always use this grid one because it's just grid and it's just easier to log my notes and, you know, musings and everything. Also want to share that this is probably one of my favorite things that I bought in Japan. It's a Moomin magnetic bookmark, and it's so cute. So I have like 4 of these, so it's now like in my different journals and different planners. Another mainstay in my travel journal setup is this Kraft folder, which as you can see I decorated, and I realized that for the regular size, I do have a bigger like canvas pouch inside my cover, but for the passport size, this one actually does the job pretty much. So this is a Kraft folder, and when you open it, basically there's like both sides, and I can use it to insert photos, receipts, cards, and whatnot. So I think pretty much that does the job. I don't really need that much, and I just like having it because what I do is like the first half of my travel journal setup is more like, okay, admin stuff, planning, and like notes, and then this is more of the creative journaling, like documenting aspect. So I am not done from my New York trip vlog, but I want to show you a couple of peeks at it. I wanted to approach it differently. So as you can see, this is an accordion insert. Usually I will use an MD paper cream. I'll show you a couple of the supplies I will use this year, but just to show you how I've been approaching this in a new way, because my New York trip was actually it's not for work. I just wanted to go to celebrate my birthday in January, and also I wanted to watch a Broadway show called Merrily We Roll Along, which is this one. I'm like a huge fangirl. I'm not even a theater person, but I think I'm getting there. But yeah, I wanted to bring the accordion as so it could be like a very informal catch-up insert. So this is what I've been currently working on, and I didn't have that much stationery with me, so I really utilized what I had. Like, I really like this that I pasted the poster here for the play, and then I just printed a couple of photos from the drugstore and like pasted them, as well as, you know, tickets and of course ephemera that I found while I was there. It's very simple, and I didn't want to put too much elements in terms of collage because I know it's gonna bulk up. So yeah, that's my insert. Will I use the accordion insert again? Probably not, because I still prefer like the flip of, like, you know, each page, because it's easier to decide the structure of the pages versus like when you're doing something really long like this. I don't say that it has to be connected, but I try to, you know, kind of make them all like uniform in some way, and like there's a storytelling that's going on. So yeah, but I really enjoyed this as an exercise because I also wanted to explore other ways I could document and also not constrain myself too much with what I usually do when it comes to travel journaling. So that is my travel journal setup. So yeah, that is generally my travel journal setup. It's passports. So yeah, that's pretty much my travel journal setup. I may or may not change here and there, like the inserts in general, but I want to keep it to the passport size for this year. I actually have probably shown you a couple of these completed journal inserts of my passport sized adventures. But as you can see here, I really like documenting passport size because it's really handy, and I want to really make it as easy and as effortless and as handy as possible for me to just bring it everywhere I go and not have to bring a ton of supplies. I guess it's also just the habit of bringing it everywhere I go. It fits my bag more, and I have been using regular inserts for a really long time now, so I think this nice change would also help me realize that both sizes are really great and that I can, you know, switch up my creativity for both of them. I think my favorite from the inserts that I've done, which I haven't really shown you, is this Italy journal that I did last summer. It was a personal trip, but I really incorporated a lot of illustration, journaling, collage, and photos. And I think that really solidified this idea for me of, oh, any format I use, I can really make the best out of it. So I will try to do more of this, and also I'm looking forward to do it because every time I travel, I plan to bring my daily journal now because I have a 1-day 1-page 𝚘𝚘𝚑𝚗 Techo original. So I think by doing that, I'll be able to make time for both, and so I'll be able to really do more fun spreads like these. I really enjoyed working on this, and I think I want to do more. So I have a small stash of travel journal inserts that I plan to use from. I haven't finalized all my trips this year, but I do have upcoming work trips, so I will share more updates about that soon. But generally, the one that I use the most is this number 13 MD paper cream. It is cream paper and it's really smooth to write on, fountain pen friendly. But this has 64 pages, and I do feel like it bulks up if you have a lot of ephemera and photos that you put in. So when I do know that it's gonna be a chunky insert, I do like to use the half trip one. This is 32 pages. It's half of the MD paper cream blank 64 pages, and it's still the same paper type. It's a bit harder to find, at least from where I'm living, so I tried to stock up. I stocked up and I bought some from Japan. And then I also have a couple other inserts. These are more limited edition ones I wanted to share with you. This is Traveler's Records insert. I do want to save this for not a trip, actually, like for music. I am a huge music fan, so I thought I'd use that for a future like music log or something. But yeah, the design is really nice. It's letterpressed and the textures are just divine. And then this one is a Starbucks Reserve exclusive in Nakameguro. It has really nice details. Obviously, it's how coffee is made, and I love coffee. Who doesn't love coffee? And last thing, I also got this one from VA. This is the Local Things in Korea limited edition insert that you can find in, I think, partner shops in Korea. I have not been to Korea in so long, probably like 6 years now, but I really love this this illustration style, and also I love Korean food. I cook Korean food. So yeah, these are probably some of the things I will be using, but honestly, I like using the plain ones because it just allows me to decorate it, you know, the way I do with this one. And I think most of my inserts are decorated. This is a MD Paper Cream one. And so let's see how this year is going to be in terms of travel, but I'm looking forward to using a different format. It allows me to really experiment creatively, and I will share with you more of my supplies in future videos. So that's it for this video. I hope you found my setup insightful, but nothing really. I think the ultimate goal of this year, someone asked me a few weeks ago, like, what do I want to do this year? I don't know. I still want to document things, but I kind of want to pay attention to other things that call me, like interests and other curiosities that I want to follow. And also, I'm looking forward to experimenting on a smaller medium because it's going to be a good challenge for me to really capture what is essential. It's a very subjective topic. So yeah, that's the plan for this year. And speaking of travel journaling, this year I will have a couple of workshops here in Berlin and in the US. So in Berlin in the spring and US in the summer. I'll share more info once they're out, but if you want to stay updated, make sure to check out my newsletter. It's abc.com/mail. It's free. I don't spam. I send mail once a month, so it's like to get updates firsthand. Usually I blast them there. If not, you can also check out my Patreon. I have public posts from time to time, and you can follow me for free as well. And on Instagram, I'm at abc, so make sure to check that out. I would love to know what you're going to be using for your travel journaling this year, and where are you going? I am going to a lot of, not really a lot, but like mostly European cities. I'm looking forward to take more short trips this year. I think that's why the decision to use a passport was also in the works. So yeah, I'd love to know what your setup looks like, what works for you, and what you'll be using to chronicle and document your adventures this 2024. Thank you so much for watching. Always be creating, and make sure to check the description for more info on everything that I mentioned in this video. Bye!